I walked along that darkened path, through a black and tangled wood just as I had so many nights before. I had only to labor onward, and soon the brilliant rays of morning would cascade through the trees, lighting my path once more so that I could find my way back to the forest edge and watch as the glorious morning spilled over the horizon. But the way was becoming more difficult and dreary with every step. Pausing to rest a while, I wiped my brow and leaned upon a nearby tree. I closed my eyes. My mind wandered, my thoughts struggling to find light amid the cavernous recesses of my mind. Unlikely scenes of childhood danced for the briefest of moments, only to be replaced by other long-lost images that had lain dormant for decades. I recalled with shocking clarity the most mundane of happenings that I would have sworn had long been purged from memory. The washing of clothes, splashing through mud puddles along a gravel driveway, and the smell of honeysuckle. Then I remembered my wife and my children. This sobered me for a moment, and I knew that I could not rest any longer. So I drudged onward with leaden limbs and heavy heart, struggling to keep my hope alive, like a lone candle burning in some lost antechamber. My hope that I would see morning again seemed far away and likely extinguished at the slightest breeze, for it seemed I should have long since witnessed the radiant beams of morning slicing the darkness as before, but the path continued to wind and snake its way through desolate blackness. Pressing onward into that unchanging landscape, my heart grew heavier still, and I wanted only to lie down for a while and sleep. My head hung upon my chest, and I closed my eyes for a moment, but I could not sleep, not here. And as I raised my head and looked out into that darkness, I saw a sight that lifted my spirit high above the reaches of that suffocating canopy. A light, effervescent, iridescent beams of pure color pierced the darkness just ahead. I drew a deep breath. With renewed vigor, I pushed toward the familiar rays, the path now becoming brighter with each step. But as the light grew, I could see that it was not coming from the horizon, but from the path directly in front of me. A few moments passed, and as the light grew closer, I saw a radiant apparition, shaped like a human, shining so intensely that I could scarcely gaze upon it. With some trepidation, I approached this mysterious being, who appeared to be walking toward me. I moved as close as I dared, and stood looking down at the path between us, which was now brightly lit. The man, if it was a man, did not speak, and in spite of my fear, I managed to form words. "Sir, how is it that you shine with a radiance like the sun?" A voice, neither male nor female, resounded in the now glowing wood.
"I am the keeper of the morning."
My soul delighted upon hearing this, for I knew that if anyone could find the way to morning, it would be one such as this. I addressed the radiant form before me. "Sir, I have traveled this path for so long through this dark and endless wood, and I am weary. I long to see the morning. Can you help me find it?" The voice replied,
"The path you are on does not lead to morning."
"Then I shall go back and find the right way," I said. But as I turned to retrace my steps, I saw that the wood had already grown over the path, obscuring it completely, as if it had never existed. The stars were becoming blotted out by the growing of twisted, interlocking vines and limbs. I turned back toward the light, but before I could utter a word, the voice once again spoke.
"Many have traveled these woods before you. Many have grown weary and lost their way through no fault of their own. In fact, it is inevitable."
A radiant hand stretched out toward me.
"I will give you rest. Come join the others."
I hesitated. Others? But what of my family? They will be expecting my return.
"You will return. Come join the others and become one, shining down upon those whom you have loved. You will fill their souls, and they shall be content.
Will I not see them again? Will I not see morning again?
You will not see the morning. You will become the morning.
The undergrowth had snaked up over and around me, completely blotting out the stars above, and everything but the strange being who was still waiting with outstretched hand. My strength had again faded, and my breathing was hard. What must I do? I heard myself ask in a voice frail and distant, as if echoing down a long, empty tunnel.
There is but one thing left for you to do.
There was nothing now but the blackness that surrounded us, and the weight of universes pressing down on me. Rest. I felt my body growing warm. My breathing slowed, and I felt the oppressive weight dissolving. For one moment, I was lucid and calm and at peace. And it was there, in that radiant blackness, that I reached out and took the being by the hand, and with bittersweet joy, relinquished my soul to the keeper of the morning.